put effort into the job. Right now, over the last 4 years, we've just had it so easy, right, finding a job, that now that sense of entitlement is carried into the hiring practices. But at the same time, a lot of these people, they're gonna sit at home for the next 6 to 9 months, and then guess what's gonna happen? Their attitude is gonna change. It's gonna be like, hey, what are my benefits and how many days do I have off, to, hey, like, what are the opportunities that I can have for career expansion and growth? That's what you're supposed to say when an interview asks you, like, do you have any questions for us? Like what are the growth prospects at this organization? You know, how can I learn and get training so that I can expand my knowledge to fit in better and also grow my career? Because I don't want to be here for 6 months while I look for another job on LinkedIn. That's like the biggest worry about most employers, which is they get trained by us and then another company picks them up 6 months, a year later, and now I have to waste my time and train another person for another 6 months. So these are like little things that you'll learn. But yeah, sorry to take.
I was just saying, last question for you, Chris. We got 5 minutes till the market opens, so just like a minute on this. But S&P all-time highs. I mean, are you bullish? Do you think it's a little too much, or do you think we had a nice drawdown? Earnings are coming up, and it's headed in a decent direction.
Earnings are fine. Like they're everyone's doing well. We might see some volatility here and there, but there's so many catalysts on the horizon. I would not want to be short this market right now. You've got the resolution with the Trump China tariff situation. You've got like what is that called? The government shutdown is eventually going to resolve itself, right?
Yeah, rate cuts tomorrow.
Yeah, you got rate cuts tomorrow. You're going to get a rate cut probably in December, and then maybe even a couple of rate cuts in the first and second quarter of 2026. I mean, do you really want to be short when the Fed is cutting rates? Probably not, you know. But the one thing I will say is positioning is going to be very important. A lot of small and mid-cap companies that have been overlooked over the last couple of years because of higher interest rates, they might start catching bids next year, right? So me and Steve, we went over some of the companies like yesterday. Like, I would say that look for some opportunities in small and mid cap as well. You know, don't go into like speculative pharma, but don't also ignore these really good businesses that have a lot of debt on the balance sheet that they'll be able to refinance at lower rates and then boost their bottom lines, because that's where earnings are going to be. And a lot of these companies are trading at, you know, valuations that are decade lows. So you're definitely going to see multiple expansion, but it might not be in the Mag 7 exclusively anymore, where you actually see opportunities outside the Mag 7.
Yeah. All right, I love it. Chris, thank you. Chris's Twitter I'm putting right here in the chat, and we'll have you on later this week because we're definitely going to need your analysis on big tech earnings as we get through them.
Later, Chris.
Later, Chris.
Later,
All
guys.
right, Steve, is this the first time you're going to stay on the market open with me?
I don't know how. I'm going to stay on for a little bit. I'll probably go at 10 because I have a meeting at 10.
Even if you have to leave at like 9:40, that's
yeah, I have a meeting at 10, and we're trying to write a soap article, and I'll probably go live a little later. I may join you for a little bit on the market close, go through the day with you.
Cool.
If you want.
Cool. All right, so we got 4 minutes until the market opens. Some headlines before we get into it. First of all, Trump is going to meet NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang tomorrow. This was confirmed. This will be right before the China meeting, which I think is super bullish, because hopefully Jensen says, hey, can you please sell some chips? And that's why I think NVIDIA is cracking 193 in the free markets, because you got this Trump-Jensen meeting. So that's going to be important. Also,
Grand Rising.
We'll be live at 12 p.m. Eastern.
I'm getting ready for the stock market to open for open bail.
For those that are just
Watching my morning stock show.
a revised agreement with OpenAI, stocks up 3.5%.
NVIDIA is at 193 right now per share. 193 per share.
How long will it take for them to pay the back?
I bought NVIDIA
$250 billion. That's going to be great for Microsoft's guidance.
shares. I bought shares
And so that's also very important.
at $100 per share
Pumping
back in April.
3.5% right now. Amcor,
When
I
the
will
war,
probably buy the
terrorist
dip on
war
this
started by
because
Trump, I bought at the dip.
Again, this was a really good
At
quarter.
only $100 per share is where I bought NVIDIA at.
Gloria factory, and then you look at the record revenues.
So my shares,
back to where we
all
were
my
from,
shares for
back at
NVIDIA
33,
are up
back at 30. The CEO is leaving, and that's
by 93 bucks.
get a stock to sell off when me.
Beautiful.
From the actual quarter itself, I thought it was phenomenal. If we do go below,
I'm hoping NVIDIA
it's around 30, 50.
hits $200 per
I don't know
share
why Grab is up in the pre-market
before the
crazy partnership.
year
We do have
of 2025 is over.
Pump right there, but not sure why Grab is moving. But we are green. S&P 687.
What these guys were talking about before the market opens this morning
7,000 at 48.
is
It looks like
our employment
going into the end of the year.
record
Rishi, our boy from RBC, has reiterated an underperform on pounds
in America.
And he has a price
How
of
companies
45.
like Amazon
I mean,
and other large companies are laying off. They're laying off employees because of AI
I
shift.
love how he comes out with this.
They're
He
bringing
says,
in
"They have
humanoid
a
robots
45
here
price target. We cannot rationalize
in a
why
very near
for
future.
expensive native
So they're
products.
replacing a lot of
Absent a substantial beat and raise
employees.
the next
They're laying them off because of AI. And they're getting a larger
Look,
big
he can make
profit
that argument, but the fact that he didn't put the price target at like
share because they don't have the employees anymore. The robots, humanoid robots, will replace the employees.
watched
And a lot of big AI
video that just came out
customer
with
service
is what I
and
feel
shipping
like, so.
companies
They might have.
in
All
corporate
right, folks, here we
America.
go. 20 seconds left. First market open with Mr. Steve.
And
Thank you for being
SoFi
here.
is teetering on 31 right now.
Oh yeah, all eyes on SoFi. SoFi beat, triple beat, top and the bottom line. We're gonna see as the markets open what happens to SoFi. Thank you everybody for being here. Tuesday, October 28th. The stock market is now open.
Dude, you're ringing that bell for a long time.
What'd you say?
I said you're ringing that bell for a long time.
Yeah, I needed to wake you up because your coffee wasn't enough. All right, wake your ass up. Here we go. SoFi, 31.18. That's up 3.9% on the day. I think it can hopefully hold 31 towards the end of the day. Most of you guys think it'll get a pump. Even
Can
if
you
it
get
holds
an order book up by any chance?
on my phone, I can get it up. Yeah.
No, don't. Don't worry
I'll-
about it.
I'll
I
take
don't feel like logging into my software. I just have Weeble up.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it in a second. Robinhood right here, that's up 1%, 146.88, crossing through 147. Pounds here, 189. It was at 192. S&P up another 0.2% on the day, 686.70 on the S&P 500. AMD goes down. AMD goes down, so that's red. The Qualcomm from yesterday also was a little bit of a headwind.
So, Amit, here's the real question. If SoFi doesn't sell off, and let's just say SoFi doesn't go below 30, but it doesn't pump past 31, it stays in this range, is it time to start selling weekly calls?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, if it stays between 27 and 32, yes, I think it's candidate for weekly calls.
Like, it's trying to hold, but to me, $30.50 is like the line that I don't want to cross, and it's trying so hard to stay above it right now.
Yeah, I agree. Ethereum right there, that's up 1%. Bitcoin, that's up 1%. Apple, that's up just a little bit. Apple did get to all-time highs. I think it's basically at all-time highs right here at 269. AppLovin, that's flat. Circle's down. Pinterest is down. Enphy's down. Microsoft, 3.3%. Again, that's a big move for a company of Microsoft's size.
Go back to SoFi, it's going to crash 30. So down to 30.20.
Wow. Okay, so at the same time, NVIDIA is trying to crack all-time highs. Microsoft, by the way, just hit 4 trillion. Is this the first time, or did it hit it before?
It's hit before, I think.
It hit before. Okay, so Microsoft right here, 4 trillion. Apple is literally, I mean, a couple pennies away in the share price from moving to 4 trillion. Then we would have 3 $4 trillion companies. NVIDIA is $300 billion away from moving to 5 trillion, aka about $10. 194.65. SoFi holding 30.2.
I mean, there's a battle right now around $30.15.
Yes, there is a battle right there. Rocket Lab, that's down 0.5%. Eli Lilly is down 0.5%. Archer's down 1%. GameStop's down 0.5%. The rare earth stocks from yesterday continuing to get hit. Japan, by the way, signed a rare earth deal with the United States, and Japan said they're going to buy $8 billion worth of soybeans. So I think you have more demand internationally for rare earths, which is like why the domestic producers are getting a little bit of pain. The Bitcoin miners are all green. Iran's up 1%, Cypher's up 1%. TeraWolf, I don't know if they had earnings, guys, but they announced something that increased their revenue projections, and that's why that stock's up 14%. I'll get the exact numbers, but yeah, it looks like whatever they announced, whether it was earnings or preliminary results, really bullish. Google took a stake in TeraWolf as well, and that's why that stock is green. And DJT, this is the parent company for Trump Media. They announced they will be getting into prediction markets. And so you do have DJT getting a bit of a pump right there, up 1.745%. NVIDIA is that all-time highs? Oh, wow. No, 195.62. 195.62.
Wow. Wow. NVIDIA hits 195 per share.
Wolf, they are developing an operation
Wow.
in Texas.
Beautiful.
They also had some revenue
Beautiful.
that they gave, which was bonus. Amcor, not sure
Yes.
if this one's getting hit 8%. Again, it's going back to the same price it was on Friday.
Let's hit 200 today.
Of what it had.
Let's hit $200 per
But,
share.
yeah, the CEO leaving is probably the reason why you have a little bit of a decline. CCJ, Cameco, this one's up 17%. This is uranium, 44 billion. I think we had some nuclear headlines yesterday, which is why that's helping CCJ. Oh, here it is. Today they announced that along with Brookfield Asset Management, they've entered into a binding term sheet with the U.S. Department of Commerce to establish a strategic partnership which is expected to accelerate the global deployment of Westinghouse Electric Company's nuclear reactor technologies and reinvigorate supply chains in the nuclear power industrial base in the U.S. and abroad. So this should be bullish for Oklo and a lot of those other companies. Oklo red, so not really getting any of the love.
I'm starting to buy shares
Basically flat. CCJ
in corporations
is the one that
who build nuclear power plants
so
for
VMNR,
data centers.
VMNR right there, 5313. That is
I'm
flat.
starting to buy shares for corporations who build nuclear power plants
It's still relatively flat.
for,
Townsend goes flat. Tesla
power
goes flat. Hood potentially is about to go flat.
to data
Google's
centers,
going
which
one.
are blowing up
Making a
due to
big
AI
We have GTC, so you have a lot of people trading.
A good buy,
SoFi
people.
Holding 30.40.
in the AI
See
market.
that SoFi's at least holding the 30s. Grab right there went from 620 to 617. Again, we're going to have to see what earnings put up for Grab. Google right here, 269, just below 270. Amazon, again, 14,000 people in corporate. They're planning to lay off. The thing I think people missed about Amazon yesterday is they're not planning to lay off any factory workers. In fact, they're planning to hire 250,000 for the holiday season. So this is a corporate bureaucratic management change, particularly or likely led because of AI. Same thing that UPS said today, although UPS is firing 30,000 operational staff, so you do have more actual workers getting fired. But it seems like their operating margin guidance should be bullish for 2026 if they're getting rid of managers that are making $300,000 a year and might not be contributing as much as Amazon thinks of the business, and they can be replaced by AI. But that stock's down a little bit, probably based on that Microsoft news.
Wow. Amazon's laying off 16,000 managers who are making $300,000 a year. Wow.
Oh, you're right.
Because
987.
they're bringing in AI to replace them. Wow.
UNH went red too?
Imagine making $300 a year as a big manager,
There's PayPal. Is PayPal holding its
as a manager at Amazon, and you get laid off.
8% is not barely holding it, but it was.
You're being replaced by AI. $300,000 a year to nothing. Imagine that. Welcome AI.
It too. It was up almost 6%. Now it's up 2%. All right. So as soon as the market opened, people decided to take some profits.
Which you had to think was coming at some point. I didn't think it would come at 30 and a half. I thought it would have come if SoFi ran at 33, 34.
NVIDIA is the only one that's really trying to go for it. It's got about 50 cents to break all-time highs. I think SoFi ends the day above 30. I mean, it would be surprising if they actually took it back down to 28, 29.
Yeah, especially since they weren't there yesterday.
Yeah, especially because we have rate cuts coming on as well.
Grand Rising again, folks. Grand Rising again. I'm watching the opening bell. Watching one of my favorite YouTube subscriber who has a stock show. It's one of my favorite stock shows to watch. And I'm watching opening bell. And I'm happy because stock market is doing good. All my investments are up. So I'm going to continue to watch this I don't want you guys to see all of it because it's going to go a little while. This goes about an hour and a half in the morning. So you guys have a nice day. I think it's Tuesday. Nice Tuesday. Find your chi.